The Supreme Court in the United States is endangering democracy and endangering your rights. They have gutted the Voting Rights Act. They have overturned Roe v. Wade. We need to stop them, and I can stop them as president by pushing through court packing, dramatically restructuring the Supreme Court of the United States. So, how do we do it? To be clear, I'm not going to be the first president who had this idea. When our country was in economic peril in the Great Depression, the president, FDR, and his allies in Congress managed to pass the New Deal, elements of which, like Social Security, still survive today. But, like now, an activist Supreme Court sought to undemocratically enforce their will, the elite's will, onto the American people. So, FDR and his lawyers came up with a strategy: pack the courts. Amongst other things, FDR sought a new protocol where judges over the age of 70 would retire and the president would be allowed to appoint an additional 6 Supreme Court justices. To be clear, this is what Americans want today still. Americans, and you can look through my comment section, want limits to the Supreme Court. The only people who want to overturn the Voting Rights Act the way the Supreme Court did are, frankly, racist extremists. And that's before we even get started on Roe v. Wade and how dramatically unpopular that was. So we can either pursue a bill similar to FDR's when we take the White House with our allies in Congress, or we can take a much simpler process and with our allies in Congress and United States Code 28, Section 1, which establishes the legal makeup of the Supreme Court. Like I said in the first video, the Constitution does not limit the amount of Supreme Court justices. Congress does. But I think there's another mechanism. So that's one clear plan. There are others, because I don't just simply see this as a political disagreement. This is a constitutional crisis. We have a situation where the Supreme Court has seemingly bowed to partisan interests to pursue gerrymandering. And gerrymandering in a way that effectively destroys the ability for people to exercise their constitutional rights predicated off their race. This is a crisis, and there are additional considerations to be made in times of crisis. However, my beginning plan and my beginning step is working through the extant layers and established layers of law with our allies in Congress to, again, pack the courts.